Hello everybody, it's Wheel Trouble, and by special request, I'm going to go ahead and read the emails that I found through somebody else's video. Due to that person's video having the world's worst reading and generally being some person who didn't keep her thoughts in line while doing all of this, I'm going to do my best to kind of overdub with my own reading instead. Hope you guys can appreciate that. Anyway, here's your bonus feature for Starship Titanic. Hello, Droot. I have evaluated your recent missives. Contents breakdown as follows. Good news, 49%. Bad news, 48%. Indifferent news, 4%. Petty mailings and family missives, 5%. Special offers from the Blairontin Sand Society, 1%. Note, there's a rather pretty dune for hire on page 4. In general terms, you thrive. You continue to prosper. Your shares are secure. Your hair, as always, looks good. Carpet 14 needs cleaning. I am pleased to report that there have been no further comments about foot odor. Recommend urgently you sell all fish paste shares as market jittery. As your great scheme nears completion, I have taken the liberty of replying to all non-urgent missives and list below only communications with Manager Barbastagon and his pain-in-the-ass loftiness, Leovanus. Beware, Leovanus grows suspicious. Don't take your eyes off Barbastagon. Weather for the launch tomorrow is bright and sunny. Hazy clouds will be turned on at 11. I suggest the red suit with the streamers. All money transfers will be completed through alias accounts by Moonsub. Eat well. Your fish levels are down, and you may suffer indecision flutters mid-morning. Here are your missives. Missive 1 of 15, from Leovanus. 2. Antar Barbastagon, Droot Scraleontis. What's going on, Barbastagon? My missives are all over the place. All routings through Titania are accumulating inexcusable delays. I'm copying this to Scraleontis. Yes, Droot, I want a costing of this, as I fully intend to make a claim. Leovanus. Missive 2 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. What does it matter who's to blame? No one's going to be reading their missives where this ship is going. And anyway, I only said that to give him the impression that we were still at loggerheads. And we are, aren't we? Antar. Missive 3 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. He's on to us! What have you told him? Antar. Missive 4 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. He's going on about parrots. Has he been on board? Antar. Missive 5 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. As far as I can tell, he is still falling for the virtual reports. Perhaps he has a spy. Antar. Missive 6 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. Are you sure it's going to work? Antar. Missive 7 of 15, from Leovanus to Droot Scraleontis. Droot, I think Antar has finally cracked. I asked him a perfectly sensible question about parrot droppings, and he's come back to me with a riddle. One of the sub-engineers, Florn I believe, talented youngster, wears a rather fetching nasal flower, mentioned the mess to me the other day when I bumped into him by chance in the Great Mall. What mess? I said to him. The mess on board the Titanic, he said. Parrots everywhere, rooms unfinished, substandard materials. What do you make of it? Leovanus. Missive 8 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. We have no choice. We'll just have to hope we can get there before him. Can you meet me in an hour? Antar. Missive 9 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. I'll dismantle Titania as well. That'll hurt the old bastard. He's like a worm on heat these days if you even mention her. Shouldn't have lived in a virtual world so long, or he would have seen what was going on. Antar. Missive 10 of 15, from Antar Barbastagon to Droot Scraleontis. Oh yes. Shame we won't be able to stay on board. It should be fun. Lofty's paradise populated by lunatics. All the bots will be completely crazy. That'll stop anyone who has it in their heads to stay on board and dismantle the you-know-what. By the by, did you catch the latest SMEF research? Antar. Missive 11 of 15 from Leovinus to Drut Skraliontis. No, it's utter bullocosh. I get enough nonsense mail as it is. I'm tiring of you, Skraliontis, and I am also getting leg twitches. Do you know what that means? It means that somebody somewhere is trying to pull the snork hair over my eyes. I do hope it isn't you. Is it you, Drut? Or is it that dullard employed to look after the paperwork? Leovinus. Missive 12 of 15 from Antar Babastagon to Drut Skraliontis. I'll have no trouble spending it. Ever since it became clear that Leovinus was going crackers, I've been looking for a way to salvage my reputation. This way, I get rich at the same time. I must say you've been a most unexpected accomplice. I've always had you placed as Mr. Clean Whistle. And how wrong I was. You're actually very nasty at heart, Skraliontis. I'm glad I never got on the wrong side of you. By the by, you're welcome to help me take Titania apart. We'll break his precious cyber-intelligence into little pieces and scatter them to the winds. No, I'm getting carried away. We'll have to hide them on the ship. They'll be picked up by the jetty alarm systems if we remove them. Antar. Missive 13 of 15 from Antar Babastagon to Drut Skraliontis. What about the parrot? I've grown rather fond of it over the last month or two. Shall we remove it before the launch? Antar. Missive 14 of 15 from Antar Babastagon to Drut Skraliontis. By the by, if you do help me with the brain parts, watch out for the metamor. There's a security chip in each part, my own design to be honest, but one which Fancy Pants no doubt claimed as his own, which enacts a 3D security conversion on removal from the central host. Antar. Missive 15 of 15 from Antar Babastagon to Drut Skraliontis. Are you crazy? By the time this ship blows, she'll be in another dimension, and she'll have taken the missive system with her. Good luck, Skraliontis. I'll see you on board tonight. Antar. Hello, Antar. This is your missive-o-mat. Not that you need reminding, but today is the glorious dawning of a new age in luxury space travel. Generally, my assessment of your position this morning is that you are well, albeit not as rich as you would like to be. I hope your interest in collaboration with Mr. Skraliontis will soon bear fruit. I trust your flatulence has eased during the night. Such a distressing condition for a man in your position. Most of your missives are routine construction matters which I have dealt with and deleted. All missives from Mr. Skraliontis and His Loftiness Leovinus are here. Missive 1 of 18, from Leovinus to Antar Babastagon, Drut Skraliontis. What's going on, Babastagon? My missives are all over the place. All routings through Titania are accumulating inexcusable delays. I'm copying this to Skraliontis. Yes, Drut, I'm wanting a costing of this as I fully intend to make a claim. Missive 2 of 18, from Drut Skraliontis to Antar Babastagon. Just for the record, you wanted the cheap missive system. I merely voted that way to reassure the genius who is always tiresomely right. Drut. Missive 3 of 18, from Drut Skraliontis to Antar Babastagon. But of course, Drut. Missive 4 of 18 from Leovinus to Antar Babastagon. I've just had a visit from the Yasakan delegation who tell me that the Titanic is in a worse state than when they fitted her out. This is, of course, nonsense, but I sense litigation is on its way. What are they up to, do you think? Leovinus. Missive 5 of 18 from Leovinus to Antar Babastagon. What do you know about the parrot droppings? Leovinus. Missive 6 of 18 from Drut Skraliontis to Antar Babastagon. What do you mean? Drut. Missive 7 of 18 from R. Quart, Sub-Engineer, to Antar Babastagon. His Loftiness has not been on board the Titanic since the unfortunate slipping accident. I have recorded 29,878 telepresence visits, and he remains online in all staterooms. R. Quart. Missive 8 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. Just what the hell do you mean by that? I'm with you, remember? Unless we go through with this, we're both finished. By the by, you'll be pleased to know that I picked up the object which we are not allowed to mention, but which will go off with a very big bang last night. Drut. Missive 9 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. And how am I supposed to ascertain that? Set it off? It's no wonder the ship's not ready if that's an example of the project manager's thinking. Drut. Missive 10 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. You're right. He's had contact with an engineer, Florn. I've had the youngster arrested on grounds of larceny and impersonation, so who knows what he really knows. Do we go ahead or abandon the whole thing? Drut. Missive 11 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. Yes, I'll bring the extremely loud, dangerous thing. Drut. Missive 12 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. Will the ship still launch with Titania dismantled? Drut. Missive 13 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. Catch it? I paid for it, or rather we did, through your Werb Food Processing Plant Overseas Miscellaneous Educational Funding account. I thought it read rather nicely. Think I might tell the miserable one. I rather like the irony of his commenting upon the phenomenon which will destroy his beloved Titanic. By the by, at last count, you and I had 103 insurance policies running, most of them off-galaxy accounts. When the ship that cannot possibly go wrong goes wrong, you and I stand to gain to the tune of 140 billion horrents. Even split 2 ways, that's rather satisfying sum. Are you sure you can handle such wealth? Drut. Missive 14 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. Right, that does it. I'm not just going to destroy that ship, I'm going to enjoy doing it. I don't care if he does know what we're doing. In fact, I want him to know. Drut. Missive 15 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. Oh, I'm sure we could do better than that. I'd like to think we could show him we at least have a sense of humor whilst we did it. That cyber intelligence cost more than the whole ship put together. I shall greatly enjoy sticking the bits in the unlikeliest of places possible, and woe betide any of his bots that get in my way. You're right. I can be rather nasty when circumstance demands. Drut. Missive 16 of 18. From Leovanus to Antar Babastagon. Babastagon, I'm getting leg twitches. Do you know what that means? It means that somebody somewhere is trying to pull the snork hair over my eyes. I do hope that it isn't you. Is it you, Antar? Or is it that shrivel-eyed shark that I employ to look after the numbers? Leovanus. Missive 17 of 18, from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. No, the parrot's going to have to bite the bullet, I'm afraid. It's been a good warning system, I'll grant it that. If Leovanus had ever got off his virtual backside and actually visited the ship, that parrot would have bought us some precious time. We'll keep the parrot on board till it launches, just in case he gets it into his sentimental head to make an inspection. Drut. Missive 18 of 18 from Drut Scroliontis to Antar Babastagon. I have nothing else to say. I shall see you tonight. By the by, do I need to destroy this missive record? Drut. Welcome, Leovanus. This is your missive-o-mat. You have received 1,827 electric missives. For your convenience, I have deleted 453 things that people you don't know thought it would be terribly witty to forward to you. 63 missives containing double or triple exclamation marks. 846 missives from mailing lists that you once thought might be quite interesting and now can't figure out how to cancel. $962 chain missives, 1,034 instructions on how to become a millionaire using butter, 3 Yasakin death threats, slightly down on last week, which is pleasing news, and a missive from your mother, which I have answered reassuringly. I have selected the following missives for your particular attention. You will not need to run Fib Finder to see why. Something is up, and I suspect those 2 slippery urchins, Robostagon and Scarleontis, are behind it. Missive 1 of 7, from Antar Babostagon to Leovanus. Great genius, I am appalled that you should suffer public embarrassment as a result of any failing of my own. However, I must say in this case that the missive system is an entirely Yasakin construction, whose installation on the cheap, I have to say, was at the bidding of your own Scarleontis against my advice. By the way, I thought you were absolutely stunning at today's press conference, skillfully rebuffing these ridiculous rumors which have begun to shadow the project, as if we could be launching tomorrow with the ship only half finished. Antar. Missive 2 of 7 from Drut Scarleontis to Leovanus. Wise one, you are doubly wise to mistrust the Yasakins. The ship, of course, is in fine shape, and you shall revel in abundant glory tomorrow at the launch. The Yasakins are in typically mealy-mouthed fashion, are fraudulently claiming that the construction process was further advanced before your inspired decision to transfer to Blaironton in order to fend off your own suits of non-completion. Missive 3 of 7 from Antar Babostagon to Leovanus. Oh, tremendous brilliance. Do I sense one of your hilarious riddles coming? What do I know about parrot droppings, oh perspicacious one? Antar. Missive 4 of 7 from Drut Scarleontis to Leovanus. O architect of architects, splendid attainer of the previously unimaginable, new research on SMEF just published may be of interest to you. Shall I send you details? I'm sure your response will be gratefully received by our scientific community. Drut. Missive 5 of 7 from Drut Scarleontis to Leovanus. Master of many metals, how can you even think these things? I have been your servant for 30 years. My loyalty is unswerving. You are surely distracted by tomorrow's launch. Please, please, eat a sleeping loaf and rest. You must be refreshed for the great launch tomorrow. Above all, ignore your leg. Drut. Missive 6 of 7 from Antar Babostagon to Leovanus. On this glorious day, O engineer extraordinary, may I wish you formally my heartfelt congratulations on a Titanic achievement. May the great ship forever be a shining beacon to your genius as she glides through the ethers. Your devoted servant, Antar Galut Babostagon. Missive 7 of 7 from Drut Scarleontis to Leovanus. Splendid Leovanus, yet again, another of your magnificent creations is ready for launch. How proud I am to have served you and in some pitifully small way assisted in this portentous project. How deserved is your long life, your wealth, your reputation, your success. Your humble servant, Drut Scarleontis. And there you have it, folks. That is the entirety of the email system. Thank you to the person who had put this in. I just wish your reading was better so I could give you more credit. I won't throw you under the bus. Anyway, on that note, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this little bonus feature, and now you understand the backstory of how the Titanic wound up crashing into our living room. Thank you. See you guys in the next episode. I think we're going to go ahead and cover Uru, and wheel trouble out.